What's going on, YouTube? Ferocity here. Hope you guys are doing well. It's a tough time to be a Call of Duty fan right now. Looking at the current state of Black Ops 6 leaves a lot to be desired. The gameplay's getting a little stale, the events haven't improved, and overall, the content just isn't hitting like it should. And they're definitely not fixing any of the bugs either. They're not addressing the game's biggest issues. Which leaves fans wanting more, right? And normally around this time, we get a little bit more excitement for the next Call of Duty game. But the next Call of Duty game is being developed by the current developer, Treyarch. And if this is the state of Black Ops 6, what's Black Ops 7 going to be like in just a few months? Do we really have a lot of confidence that Black Ops 7 is somehow going to be able to pick up the pieces, pick up the slack, add some effort, add some quality into the game? Not really. Like, some of you may have that hope, but others like myself were a little hopeless for the next game. There just isn't a lot of positives to feed off of. Which brings me to the discussion at hand, as Call of Duty fans are dissatisfied right now. Not going to pretend they're not. But this dissatisfaction is leading them to become a little revisionist with older Call of Duty games. And I've got to put my foot down here and end this discussion right from the get-go. No, Modern Warfare 2, or MW2 2022, is not a better game than Black Ops 6. It simply is not. They are not in the same league at all. Black Ops 6 is at least half decent. It's like a 6 out of 10. MW2, I'll give it like a 2.5, a 3 out of 10. It's not a good Call of Duty game. Might be one of the worst. Of course, Vanguard still exists, but MW2 is right there with it. It's a bad experience. It's an experience created by extremely arrogant developers that at no point decided to listen to their community and pivot off of their bad ideas. They just simply don't understand Call of Duty. They didn't understand it the whole year, and honestly just kind of threw their hands up at the end of it and said, we don't know what the community wants. Although Sledgehammer Games was able to take a lot of the ideas that MW2 had, inject it with a lot of the feedback that the community had, and make a half-decent multiplayer. The campaign for MW3 still sucks, but the multiplayer is half-decent. Something that MW2 never had because, again, the developers were too arrogant to change anything. So this discussion I'm seeing just doesn't have any weight, doesn't hold any merit. Because Black Ops 6 has as good of a campaign as MW2. Maybe MW2's is slightly better. It still pales in comparison to the original Modern Warfare 2 campaign, in my personal opinion. But nonetheless, that's like the one point I can give it. Maybe DMZ as well if they supported it in any way, shape, or form, but it feels like they abandoned it as quickly as they released it. Really disappointing. And maybe they'll build off of that in MW4, who knows? I would like to see it. But overall, from multiplayer to Warzone, it just really felt like MW2 was a massive middle finger to the community, both new and old. Anybody that wanted MW2 to be like the original MW2 were so disappointed, and anybody that wanted MW2 to be similar to MW 2019 were also disappointed. It pleased nobody and pissed everyone off. That was like the one thing that people agreed with when it came to Modern Warfare 2. Infinity Ward just completely alienated this fan base, which is why Sledgehammer Games had to build up all this goodwill, pick up the pieces, and develop something better. And they did a good job of it. They did a little bit more justice to MW2 than even Infinity Ward did, which is embarrassing, which is why like trying to compare these two games is laughable. As much as I hate a lot of the Black Ops 6 post-launch content, I can at least acknowledge it's content. What we were getting from MW2 wasn't content. We didn't get a brand new map in MW2 until like February. It was like Season 2 Reloaded. Maybe it was Season 1 Reloaded. Either way, it took them forever to give us a new map. All we got was like Shipment and Shoot House. Wow, real creative, guys. Way to lean on some fan favorites instead of trying to create something new. And like the game shipped with like 8 maps to begin with, none of which were really that good. I think there's like 2 or 3 I liked, but outside of it, it was terrible. And of course, they had to bring back Dead Silence as a field upgrade again, regardless of what the community had said about both Vanguard and MW 2019. No, we're going to stay headstrong on this and make sure Dead Silence is a field upgrade. Super stupid. Just a lot of ideas in general that never really should have been implemented. And you know what? While we're talking about things that should never have been implemented, the perk system. Whose ever idea it was to have a time release perk system in Call of Duty should not be working on the franchise. That's simple. Like, you could have tried it out and probably weeded it out during the alpha phase or even in the beta when the community was like, no, this ain't it. But no, they kept it in for the whole year. You go play the game now, there's still the time perk system. It was a major flop, and at no point did Infinity Ward have any type of reflection and say, you know what, the community hates this. We should probably change it up. No, they just kept it in because they were that arrogant. They believed that they understood Call of Duty better than the community. And I'm sorry, you just don't. You might have the name Modern Warfare 2, but in no way, shape, or form did you live up to the original. At all. And that's the biggest disappointing part of it. It's just not a good game. And this belief that it somehow can be compared to Black Ops 6 is laughable. Treyarch has learned from a lot of the mistakes that Infinity Ward made. Mostly from a post-launch support side of things. And they've implemented that in Black Ops 6. And I gotta give them kudos there. There's a lot of content in the game. Now, we can argue all the livelong day if the content is good or not. That's not what's up for debate today. But if we compare the post-launch support from Modern Warfare 2 to Black Ops 6, it's night and day. Even if we compare the launches, it's night and day. And that's really the only aspect of this debate. The two games are completely different. They really, really are. If we went back to the way Call of Duty was in MW2, we'd all be even more disappointed than we are today. And I think where some of the dissatisfaction comes from within the Call of Duty community right now is the fact that people are noticing a trend. They're seeing Treyarch sort of revert back to what MW2 did instead of building off of what MW3 did. Taking notes from Infinity Ward instead of Sledgehammer. That's an issue. These seasonal content launches should be more important than it seems like they are. And remember, like MW2, you think it was bad with Black Ops 6 or MW3 when they updated the game and broke it. Modern Warfare 2 would update their game and completely dismantle it. And this was like in the infant stages of COD HQ, when it only had one game to launch instead of 3. And it's still bad. It was bad then, it's bad now. I don't know why they did that. It still perplexes me to this day. But that's really what this comes down to. MW2 is a bad game, and pretending it's anything else is incorrect. Now, if you want to try to say that Black Ops 6 is as bad as Modern Warfare 2, it simply isn't. It's just not. It's fundamentally better in almost every single way. It doesn't make it a good Call of Duty game. Doesn't mean it's capitalizing on all of its potential. It just means it's better than Modern Warfare 2. And that's a really low bar. But hey, at least it's better than Vanguard, right? And maybe that's why people like MW2, is they saw it as a step in the right direction. And maybe that's the issue that Black Ops 6 has, is people feel like it's a step backwards instead of a step forwards after MW3. And I could agree with that. But it's completely revisionist to even think that MW2 and Black Ops 6 are on the same level. It's as simple as that. You can like these games, you can hate these games. That's totally okay. But don't go around thinking that Call of Duty was somehow better in 2022 than it is today, because it's simply not true. So that's everything I have for you guys today. I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, can you please hit that like button? If you want to see more videos from me, please hit that subscribe button. Let me know what you think of this debate down below in the comments section. And as always, guys, I will see you next time. Bye.